Welcome to Keep What You Earn, your judgment and jargon-free zone for entrepreneurs of all levels. Get ready to learn how to scale your business, save money in taxes, and create a business that grows your wealth. If it feels like the financial side of business is like eating your vegetables, well, then think of this podcast as the ranch dressing to make the process a little more enjoyable. My name is Shannon Weinstein. I'm a CPA and business owner on a mission to simplify money and empower others through knowledge. I hope this episode inspires you to take action, but remember that the information we share is for educational purposes only and is not individual tax advice. Now that we got that out of the way, let's start the show. I am noticing something really interesting as I go through LinkedIn and Facebook groups, and I'm around other accountants, and that is a huge fear of artificial intelligence. And a big fear, actually, in the accounting profession. There's a lot of rumors circulating that AI is coming for accountants' jobs. And this is even permeating into college campuses as people are choosing their majors. A lot of college students are under the impression that, well, accounting is going to be dead in a few years when AI takes over. And I wanted to talk about how AI can actually play a part in your success financially and how it can serve to help your accountant, and really kind of what my outlook is on it and how I think we'll be using it in the future. And how you as a business owner, honestly, can start leveraging it to your advantage and embracing the idea of using AI more in your business. So first of all, whenever we have new technology come out, us accountants, stereotypically, I don't consider myself in this group, but I'm going to say generally, the accountant community are not the most early adopters of new technology. I will say that. I still know firms that are on Facebook, which is like the extent, by the way, of their technology is they're on Facebook. I know that. And they're on these Facebook groups saying they're a completely paper firm. And I don't know, like my brain cannot comprehend doing all of this on paper. Yeah, no, I just can't deal with that. However, a lot of us are more modern minded and we're using different tools. We're using Zapier, we're using LMSs, we're using CRMs, right? And one of the biggest things is, how is AI going to play a part in this ecosystem? How is AI going to be helping us as firm owners, as business owners, and helping us with our clients? I firmly believe that with new technology, every time new technology comes out, I imagine, because I wasn't around for this in the profession, but I imagine that when Excel came out, there was the same uproar. Well, it can't do what we do. I mean, I don't understand. Like it was a helpful tool in Excel, which by the way, now I dare you to find an accountant who doesn't love Excel or doesn't use Excel, right? It is now as common as a calculator or pen and paper. And it's so important to understand that new technology is just that. Like eventually it'll become the norm. And then we're going to laugh at ourselves that we never embrace this technology. Now, I think it's going to make our jobs easier and yet a lot harder. It will make our jobs easier in the form of saving us time and energy, creating efficiency, being able to get more done in less time, for sure, which I really hope is the case. However, it's going to make our jobs a little bit harder in that we will be then forced to level up our skill set. We'll be forced to act as advisors. We'll be forced to add more value as a human with insights and advice and be able to really make proper suggestions for our clients on how they can grow, succeed at their goals, which for some of us is super fun. This is why we do what we do. But a lot of firms operate from this mentality of it's a tax return factory. We plug in a ton of volume of tax returns. I think the average firm, I heard a statistic that the average firm has 900 clients from sole practitioner all the way up. The average firm is 900 clients. AI will definitely help you get through the tax returns a lot faster, I think, but here's the thing. Do you really want that? Do you really want all of it mechanically done without any human intervention or review? And that's where I think AI will not become your accountant in terms of becoming your tax preparer completely. I do think it will become a really helpful tool. I think that much like a tax software that you have out there, the over-the-counter tax software off the shelf, you're going to see a growth in that. There might be an AI tool that helps you do it on your own. But I think that without someone who is an expert And not just an expert in the law, but an expert in your goals, an expert advisor, without someone to actually hold your hand along in the process, make sure and you know how to apply what the AI is doing and telling you. It's really like a calculator. It's like if you don't program the right inputs, you're not going to get the right answer. And I think that having human intervention in the inputs and the prompts is key. Realistically, if you were to, go on AI, go on ChatGPT and have it do something for your accounting, would you even know what to ask it to do? Would you even know what to prompt it? And that's what I think that either business owners will need education on the prompts. Business owners will need, advice on what to do when they get the data back. So there's going to be a lot of the data processing is going to be done by AI. But I think that there's a lot we can do on the front and the back end to ensure success for clients. And this goes for anyone in business. This goes for you in your business who is receiving services from an accountant. But it also applies to you and your customers. Think about the inputs, outputs, and what happens in between. Where is AI going to play a role, and where can you position yourself as someone who adds value? And the sooner that we can understand how we're going to integrate it into our roles and to our services, the better off we'll be, because the more mature our process will be infusing it in. It's super, super important. AI doesn't understand nuance around your goals, your mission, what you want to do with your business. And it doesn't understand competing priorities. It doesn't understand the risks that you don't want to tolerate. Now, will it one day? Maybe. But I think that until we can actually program those things in, then there's always going to be a need to have some type of interpretation. And here is a big fear that I have in general with the use of AI to create efficiency. In particular, I have the fear for the accounting profession, but I really do have a fear for anyone in corporate, anyone who has a job like this. And here's what I'm afraid of: that AI will open up a ton of capacity, that AI will help us get so much more done in less time. Look what the internet did. Look what word processors did. Look what Excel did. Look what Google did, right? In the last 30 years. Well, here's the thing. Did we got way more done. Did we ever work less than 40 hours though? We got way more done, but we were still expected to work all the same hours. Our output just increased. We were able to get, let's say, 10 times the work done. But instead of rewarding ourselves with a 90% hour cut, we just kept on going and 10x the output. And this is what I'm afraid of for AI. I'm afraid that what we're going to do is create more efficiency, open up capacity for my other accountants out there who are working 50, 60 hours a week. Instead of using this as the wake-up call to then get you down to a 35 to a 40-hour work week or below, what will end up happening is AI will then enable you to work more hours, to get more done in the 50 or 60 hours, that we're going to fill that capacity that we create with more work to do. There is a never-ending flow of work to do. But at what point do you draw the line and say, hey, let's kind of take the lessons that nature is giving us? Look at the pandemic. Look what's happened. Look at virtual work. Look at the evolution that we've had. Look at the 40-hour work week and why it was created. We were not expected to do all this. And we're just adding the robots into the mix, but still operating like we did in the Industrial Revolution. We have got to adapt. And I think my biggest fear with AI is that everyone's going to continue to burn themselves out just with the help of AI. And that's the scary part for me. And I think that the more we can embrace the technology, but then also understand that it will help us get more done faster, reward ourselves by working less. This is what we're supposed to be doing. We're humans. We're not supposed to sit in a cubicle for 8, 9, 10 hours a day. Let's use this as a tool to get out of there. Because I think that if we don't, and if the companies don't, if you work for a corporation and you don't use it to adapt the work style and the work habits and the behaviors, then what's going to happen is people will leave. People will leave in droves, start their own businesses, and have AI help them. It will happen. And that's actually starting to trend right now. So these are my pieces of advice to you if you're looking at using AI in your business, or if you're looking at how AI can assist you in your business, either from a financial assistance standpoint or just in your operations in general. And I think, honestly, there's nothing to be afraid of with AI. I think that what will happen will happen. We will learn, we will adapt, we will figure this out. And, It's not going to replace your accountant. It's not going to replace service providers completely. I think that there's always going to be a place for the human element, the empathy, the compassion that only we can provide. If you're a business owner who's been listening to this show, but you want a little bit more personalized advice and you want to pick my brain on your business and get your own financial strategy in place, well, I'm excited to announce that I'm now offering CFO Power Sessions for business owners who want help translating what their numbers are trying to tell them, but don't necessarily want the support of an ongoing fractional CFO. If you're interested, submit a request using the link in the show notes. I only accept a limited number of spots per month, so make sure you jump on it and submit right now. Thank you so much for listening. If you enjoyed this episode, please leave a rating and review on your podcast platform. This small action goes a long way for podcasters to get our message heard by more business owners just like you. Be sure to check out the show notes for links to information about our guests and ways to get in touch with me. We'll see you on the next episode.